Well, here I am in my natural habitat, standing in a garage in front of a piece of broken machinery.
You're having doubts again. That's the way you've always been. I ain't much from listening. And I lost my innocence, searching for significance, and you wavering opinions and selfish whims. Maybe we were doomed right from the start. You had a nasty bite of jealousy, and I had an eager heart. Any sad fool could see we were meant to be apart.
Hi, welcome back to Shawnee Hill's Workshop. Today we're going to be working on my Kubota L4701. I've put about 7 hours on it since I've got it. It's got a total of just over 230 hours and it's broken. I was using it yesterday, and for the first time since I've owned it, the regen light came on. So I let it do its thing, put it into the high RPMs, let it go through the regen process, and all of a sudden diesel fuel just started pouring on the ground. Upon further inspection, it's coming from the top side of the engine, so I'm going to have to try to figure out where that's coming from. Hopefully it's just a loose connection. You know, this is new enough that it still has 3 years left on its powertrain warranty, but the fuel system isn't covered under that. Of course not. So I'm going to pull this out, try to get the loader unhooked, and see if I can get it back in and start taking things off and see if I can figure out where the leak's at and get it fixed. Oh, I swear I bought this so I wouldn't have to work on tractors anymore.
Maybe we were doomed right from the start. Well, it's getting bad again. Your love's grown cold and thin. This time is so much worse than it's ever been. I never felt adequate. You're always so hesitant. Lack of social etiquette has plagued me all my life. Maybe we were doomed right from the start. You had a nasty bite of jealousy, and I had an eager heart. Any sad fool could see we were meant to be apart. Maybe we were doomed right from the start.
Well, if I have to find something positive out of all this, it would be that that loader is extremely easy to remove. I have never done it before. I watched a video on it before I bought it and saw how that person did it. It took me longer to drive the tractor out to where I was going to put the loader than it did to take the loader off. I'm going to guess it took me less than a minute. I videoed it all, so I have real-time footage. I'll be able to see that in post-production. I'll put a stamp down below how long it actually took me to remove the loader, not counting moving the cameras, obviously. So, yeah, we'll open this thing up and see what's behind there. I've already taken this panel off. This is the side all the fuel was coming down on, and I could see a rail up at the top of the engine that it looked like the fuel was running along. So we'll see. I'll probably have to take the exhaust filter off, maybe a few other things, but for right now I'm just going to pop the hood and start inspecting.
Any sad fool can learn to hate what he cannot have. Put it on the table and cut it in half. Come on, it's not so bad. Any sad fool can learn to hate what he cannot find. Let these broken dreams die. Let them tumble down over the mountainside.
So here's the problem. See this line right here at the top? See how this is seated right down? I'm assuming this is the top of the injector. Sorry, I know nothing about diesels, so. Then look at this one, how it's raised up. It's like it's popped out. It looks like there's just a retainer clip that holds it in. And I am scared to just put it back down in and put all this back together because there's some reason that it popped out. So it's the next day. I'm not exactly sure where I left off last night, but basically after I found the issue, which is the return line on the top of the injector had popped off, and the clip was still in place, but it was just out. So I don't know if it wasn't seated properly and it finally just popped out, or I'm not sure. There shouldn't be enough pressure on that line to blow it out, but it was blown out. I put it back in, I put a clip on it, but I didn't want to put everything back together to find out that I should replace it instead of just putting it back in. So I went online last night, went to a bunch of forums, put out what I found just to see what people would say, and really I got no good info. But everybody pretty much said just put it back on there and see if it pops back off again. I hate to put it all back together, to go through all that work just to fire it up and find out that it pops back off, but I feel like that's my only shot. So what I'll probably do is put it on with minimal bolts, won't put the hood on or anything. We'll get it, see if it'll go through the regen process, and then if it will, then go ahead and put all the bolts back in and put the hood on and everything. So we'll get it put back together and see if it'll go through the regen without blowing the line off. And just in case you're wondering, I'm not cheating. This is still a dyed L8, it's just in the can form. I prefer the bottle, but this is what I got. So I love me some dyed L8.
Please forgive me if I'm a little slow going. Years of fast living, stunning my growing. I took 2 steps forward and another one back. Started over so many times I lose my track. Showed up unexpectedly, and I guess that's just your nature. Subtle and sweet as a kind word from a quiet stranger. Baby, you made it easy. Baby, you made it easy. I heard true love was the hardest thing to find. Since the day I first saw you, that's been heavy on my mind. For me to settle down was the hardest thing to do. But baby, you made it easy with a heart so true. These days the simple things can be so easy to forget, 'cause they're here today and gone tomorrow, but they leave their regrets. But with a smile as pretty as the flower in your hair, honey, my troubled mind